I used to re-roll every AI shot 5, 10 times. Same prompt, new try, lot of hoping. That's not filmmaking, that's a slot machine. And house always wins your credits. I stopped, and this video is the workflow that made my results more predictable. And to prove it, I'm going to do something I wanted to try for months. Turn one of my AI anime film into photorealistic style. There is a word for what fixes this, and it's older than AI itself. It's called Previs, Previsualization in long. It is how Marvel plans a fight sequence before anyone builds a set. It's how a whole crew sees the same film instead of 100 different interpretations. And it's been a studio privilege my entire career. $15,000 to $100,000 for a complex sequence. Even a simple storyboard is sometimes so expensive, and it's worth the work of a week of a storyboard artist. Today, thanks to generative AI, we can generate a storyboard in seconds and iterate on multiple directions within minutes. Now, as an indie filmmaker, we have access to affordable pre-visualization, so film crews can see the film in their head before shooting a scene. This is game changer. The film is called Soul Calligrapher, an anime I finished this week. A stage performer whose brush doesn't just write, it summons. In front of a live audience, he paints a single word in Japanese, and the ink folds itself into a towering origami monster, which then stops taking orders from the master. It learns to write back. Story is inspired by prompting, but this time using calligraphy on the stage. The audience unsure whether they are witnessing a performance or a battle for survival. In the end, they rise into applause. The core theme here is a creator losing control of his creation, and the creation learns to prompt back. I think it can be a strong analogy for artificial intelligence itself. The sequence we are pre-visualizing today is the fight sequence. Duel, the minigun, the wolf, the final stroke. And here's the experiment. This film only exists as anime. What would it look like as live action? I genuinely don't know, and that's perfect, because Previs is for questions you haven't answered yet. And the fight scenes are the hardest kind to plan, so let's start. I'm gonna do the previous work inside InVideo. I start by creating a new project. I will call this Anime to Photoreal project. Let's create it. Now I'm in the agent creation screen. Let's name our agent Calligrapher. Hit create, and my agent is created. So Previs starts from pre-production. Everything I made for the anime, my prompting bible, the style guide, the character sheets, storyboards, and shot breakdown goes in once to this agent. Then agent builds a model of my film, and every generation from here reads from it. I never re-explain my film ever again. So I click on plus button here and select this folder. Here you can see I have character sheets for my main character, the origami monster, the stage design, the wolf character sheet, and all of the storyboards that so far I created, again using Agent 1 before. So they are in this style of anime, of course, and I still upload everything to Agent 1. Now Agent 1 reads my film, not a file, a model of it. And here's the prompt that I will use for previous work. This project is a photorealistic live-action adaptation of my anime film. All uploaded materials show the anime version. Treat them as the source of truth for character identity, story, location, shot design, etc. So I'm explaining to the model that what's the job today, and do not make it look like 3D render or anime. So before generating anything, summarize everything you understood. This is a great way to ask back the model that what it understood and what it recorded and saved to its context about this film and about the job today. As you can see, it reads my film, not as a file, but it creates a model of it, basically. So Agent 1 writes me back, got it, here's everything I understood. The film gonna be a photorealistic live-action adaptation, great, the world, the characters, and story beats. If you realize I actually didn't share the synopsis with the model, just to see if it is able to understand what the story is about just by looking at the storyboards. And here's the story beats it created. It's actually quite accurate without me providing any synopsis. Calligrapher on the stage, dips the brush, sweeps the first stroke. Paints demon. Origami monster is summoned, standoff, then combat. The monster's paper finger writes minigun. The sharapnel storm. Calligrapher paints a wolf. and final killing moment. So it perfectly understood everything just by looking at the storyboards, which is impressive. Awesome job. So the first job is I want you to generate photorealistic versions of all character sheets. This is really important because we can't start this job by anime versions of the character sheets. We need the photorealistic versions. Let's start by doing this as the first job. It understood that 4 entities need photoreal locks, Calligrapher, monster, wolf, and stage. As you can see, we are in total alignment with this AI agents. We are on the same page. My character sheets are generated. So looking at the version generated by GPT-Image2, I was not super happy because this still looks quite like an anime and it doesn't really look like photorealistic. Then I decided to use another model. Instead of using GPT-Image2, I use Seedream 5 Pro. It's a new model and it is as good as GPT-Image2, in certain cases even better. This version is generated by Seedream 5 Pro and in comparison to GPT-Image2, here it looks a little better in terms of photorealism, so I decided to proceed with this. I generated other character sheets, photorealistic again for other characters, again using the same model. First Previs method is text-to-video exploration. In this prompt I wrote, we will focusing on Prevising combat scene, and I have 2 cinematic alternatives. First option is documentary version. This would be more handheld documentary camera, more raw and chaotic energy, and option B or treatment B would be more of a theatrical version. Camera would be more locked off, we would have more crane moves, controlled light, and it would have been look like it's choreographed, like a filmed stage play. I honestly don't know which of these treatments would fit better to this film, so I decided to ask model to generate both of these alternatives for a very short sequence. So then Agent 1 generated both of these treatments. Let's see the first one. This was more the theatrical treatment, and now let's see documentary version with more handheld documentary camera. I actually like the documentary version more. It's definitely not perfect, but in this part, actually we are not aiming for perfection. We are just looking at different alternatives, different vibes, different cinematic directions without spending too much credits. This is a credit saving method essentially. So I really like the treatment A, the documentary style. The second method we can use is a treatment exploration. So once you locked one of the cinematic directions, you can then go deeper within it. You can use, for example, a locked frame just to check the colors and the overall vibe. And if you are happy with this locked frame, then you can generate rest of the video. So here's the prompt. Generate one reference frame, not the video. The sole calligrapher, mid-duel on the paper-covered stage. Brush raised, wet black ink streaking the floor. So simply in this prompt, I ask model to generate one reference frame, not the video. We are not dealing with the video yet. We are just focusing on a specific frame, mid-duel, and simply focusing more on colors. Then Agent 1 generated this frame for me. Here I'm focusing more on the cinematic look, the colors, and some of the details. And now you can iterate further on this frame, because it's really low cost. So I wrote, good, but make the frame more 35mm film, more muted tones, Aria Alexa look, and more photorealism. So it came up with this. The colors got a little bit more muted. I liked it, but I also wanted to see the Seedream version of it, and then it created this. For me, both looked good, but I was kind of actually more gravitating towards this muted colors, so I decided to proceed with this. So far what I did is I picked a cinematic direction treatment, which was the documentary handheld camera style, and now I locked this particular frame for my cinematic look, so I explored some different versions of this film already. Next Previs method is boards to sequence. Now that we locked treatment and frame colors, we can explore some storyboards. Here I ask model to render the style in a photorealistic way, use frame 4.8, which is this one here, and use treatment A documentary handheld camera style, and generate 5 storyboards for the fight sequence so I can review them and decide if the direction is correct. Then InVideo generated this frame for me using GPT-Image2. Again, I realized that it really defaulted hard to anime, so I decided to regenerate it using Seedream. And Seedream did a better job in comparison to GPT-Image2. We went more into the direction of photorealism, so I decided to generate rest of the storyboards using Seedream. Here's another one and one more. Now that we have a photorealistic looking character sheets, we have locked cinematic direction and cinematic colors, and lastly, we have storyboards. Now we can generate finally the videos. So I said in Video Agent 1, generate Seedance 2 videos based on my locked treatment A and frame colors and boards, and make it photoreal. And Seedance 2 videos started to be generated. Let's see one of the examples. Then in Video Agent 1 generated the final video. So final step is video creation, or also called animatic. So we shouldn't treat animatic as final version, but more like an explainer for our film crew. I can add a voiceover to this animatic and send it to my team, and they would immediately know exactly what is my vision for this fight scene. And by previsualization method, step by step, I transformed my anime into photorealistic version in the exact creative and cinematic direction that I wanted. Total end-to-end Previs work took 1.5 hours. We can also see the project cost in case you are curious. This project total cost me 350 credits. If I would generate this piece without creating some storyboards or without locking the characters or specific cinematic treatment, I would spend much more credits than this. And hopefully this video was truly helpful for you. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more in-depth tutorials. If you want to learn more about future of AI storytelling, click here.